Hello and welcome. Today's video is to show you how to update the firmware on your Moog One synthesizer. The best way to get the latest firmware updates is to register your Moog One at the Moog Music website, and you'll receive email updates directly in your inbox with links to the new firmware. You can also go to the website and download the firmware yourself. Go to moogmusic.com, click on the Synthesizers menu, click through to Moog One, and you should see a firmware download link prominently displayed on the Moog One page. All you need to do is click to download the firmware, or click the link in your email, and make a note of where you are saving the firmware file to. In this case, it's going to my Downloads folder. And once the firmware is downloaded, you'll want to drag that onto a FAT32 formatted flash drive. And the flash drive that comes with your Moog One is already formatted for use with the Moog One. But if you have another flash drive that you need to format, it's very easy, and I'll walk you through that process as well. If you happen to be using a Mac, you can use the disk utility. If you're using Windows, you can use the Windows disk formatting utility. Select your flash drive, which I'll now insert into my laptop, and choose Erase. And from the Format drop-down window, make sure you choose MS-DOS FAT32. And that's the format that the Moog One can read. If you have a flash drive and you put it into your Moog One and the Moog One tells you no flash drive detected, you probably just need to make sure that it's formatted in FAT32 format. Okay, so we now have a Moog One flash drive in the correct format, and we can simply drag and drop the firmware file onto the flash drive and copy it over. Once that's done, make sure to safely eject your flash drive, and then put it into the Moog One host port on the back of the instrument. Once you have the flash drive inserted in the Moog One, the firmware update process is very simple. Go to the Settings menu, scroll down to Utilities, and press the main encoder to jump over to the right-hand side of the menu, and then scroll down to Update Firmware. Press the encoder, and the Moog One will check the flash drive for any firmware files that you have. And you can have multiple firmware versions on your flash drive. You'll get a menu that'll show you all of them that are available. Select the latest one or the one that you want to install, and press the Confirm button above the upper right-hand side of the LCD. And it's that simple. You'll see a progress indicator showing you the progress of the firmware update, and when it's completed, you'll be prompted to turn off the power and turn it back on again, which we call a power cycle. And the firmware has now been updated successfully. As you can see on the screen, it says power cycle your synthesizer to use the new firmware. And you'll see when the Moog One boots up the first time after a firmware update, it does a little bit of extra setup. And so there will be a slight delay while everything comes online, and then you'll be up and running using your new firmware. And if you have any questions, you can just go to our website, click the Talk to Us link, and we're here to chat with you about any questions you may have.